And if you have a problem getting into quizzes, like you're not using your correct names, I don't know. Okay, let's go. Very close hand. Keep going, keep going. Job. Let's see who the winner. Pizza B, Lily, and Laura. Okay, let's have a look. So, two people got 100%, one person got 92, 92, 85. Good job. So I'm assuming it's you, MTA. Good job. It's only one question. Is an ABI factor that limits the number of frogs that they can on? This one. Cool. So, let me try to explain this to you. So, ABI factor is the non-living part of the ecosystem. Okay? So, if you are looking for the non-living part, the first thing you want to do is to take away questions the number of predators to do with living, number of population producers, again, things that are living, question 2 and question 4. Color of the water. You don't think that the frog is going to care too much about the color of the water it's going to be. So, temperature is the only one that makes sense here. Okay, so the temperature of the water, if it's too cold, you're not going to get that many frogs. Too hot, again, you're just going to have frog soup. No one wants to have a lot of frog soups in their back garden, so the temperature of the water is the one that makes most of it. So that's why this is the correct answer. Abiotic factors, the non-living parts, abiotic. The answer is actually right there, non-living, abiotic, non-living. Here's the answer. Abiotic part of an ecosystem required by plants for photosynthesis is sunlight. I don't know if that's soil. Oxygen, the answer is there. Again, who wrote jelly beans? Thank you so much for your terrible answer. Habitat, the place where an animal lives. The ecosystem is different. Living parts, biotic, living. Answer is right there. Right there. Abiotic part of the ecosystem, soil. A system made up of organisms interacting with one another is an ecosystem. They are all parts of examples of ecosystems. I don't know how a desert is a wetland, considering there's no rain in a desert. It's by a factor of fox, the mountain, individual living thing is an organism, something that's alive. This example of an abiotic factor is the weather, panda, job. Temperature, light, air, water, so are all abiotic parts of the environment. All you do is pay attention to the other ones. The answer was actually there. Abiotic factors are not living things. Environment is false. Okay, guys, you should have done better, to be honest. I expected better. Who wrote Panda and who wrote Jelly Bean? If you don't tell me, I'm just going to find out who it was. Who wrote Jelly Beans? Jelly Beans. Question number 4. Okay. Overview. Question number 4. B. There you go. B, where are you? There you are, Mr. B. So, B, jelly beans. Why jelly beans, B? About part of a system, this gas is required by all living things, is jelly beans. B. So there you go. B. Why jelly beans? B. Jelly beans. Look. B. Question number 4. Oh, sorry. It wasn't you. It was Emily. Yeah, it wasn't you. Emily. You wrote jelly beans. Take your finger off the camera.
No.
Why did you write jelly beans? You're paying attention to what the question is being asked of you. 9 times out of 10, the answer is in the question. For about 8 of those questions, the answer was actually in the question. Okay, 1 second. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at some of the different abiotic factors in different ecosystems. So I'm going to skip across some stuff pretty quickly because we're actually running out of time. And I'm not going to be able to join the meeting again, which is a pain. So I have to figure out a way to help you guys. Okay, so let's take this really quickly. Okay, let's just take one of them. For example, let's take the grasslands, the savanna, the bottom right corner. So I want you all to look at this picture when it loads on my screen. And I want you to take a look and try guess what some of the abiotic factors are. Oh, computer, it's not being good today. So have a look here. What are some of the abiotic factors in this picture? You can tell me. What can you guess by looking at the picture? Jon Snow. Look at the picture of the savanna. What abiotic factors can you see?
Savannah.
Savanna. Okay, yeah, but what can you see? What's non-living?
Sand.
In the savanna. Here. Sand where? Someone else, please. What can you see? What abiotic factors can you guess from that picture? What can you guess about the soil? There's lots of grass, lots of trees. What can you say about the soil there? You can say it's really good soil, right? If you've got a lot of grass and a lot of trees, you can say the soil is very good because lots of grass and lots of trees grow there. What about the water? What can you say about the water? Yes, Hermione.
The water is clean and fresh because a lot of animals drinking water from it.
Yeah, perfect. The water is clean and it's fresh. Something else. What else can you say about the water? one more thing. Is water big? There are a lot of water. Pizza.
There is little water.
Yeah, there's a little amount of water, right? So what's happening is all of the animals have to go through that little amount of water and drink the same water. So you can say, if you were to look at this picture, and the abiotic factors that I would see are, one, the soil is very good because there's lots of grass and there's trees. Two, there's not that much wind. Because if you look at the trees in the back, they're not bent, they're not shapen by the wind. I'd say number three, there is water and it's fresh and it's. I also say number four, I'd say the temperature is pretty good because we've got lots of animals, they don't seem too hot, and it seems like a lot of animals can live there because the temperature is pretty good. There are four things that I can see just by looking at the picture about the abiotic factors. And understanding what abiotic factors are lets you look at a picture and say, oh, okay, it makes sense why that animal lives there. If I was to go a little bit further, okay, I'm going to kind of have to rush through this, so please bear with me. Desert, right? So we know the abiotic factors of a desert are it's dry, there's not that much plants, it's very hot, it gets cold at night, cold underneath the ground, and there's predators and insects that live there, and they all tend to blend in, camouflage, right? So quickly, high temperature, not much rain, they're very dry, sandy, colder under the sand, they can be windy, and they're very, very open. So how do biotic factors use this? So the description of a desert is that it's a lifeless area of land with little rain. There's a lack of plant and animal life, meaning the ground is covered in sand. What can animals do to get around this? Let's not go on with this. So here's an example, right? This is a fennec fox. Super cute, really, really fun little animal. They're like dogs, okay? If you want to have a look at there's loads of videos on YouTube of people that have fennec foxes as pets, and they're super cute. They do scream a lot though, they're very loud. But a fennec fox lives in a desert ecosystem. They've got furry feet. Feet have fur on the bottom of it as well. It's got these big, giant, heat-radiating ears and pale fur for camouflage. So if you're to think about it, lives in a desert ecosystem, walking on hot sand all the time. How do you make sure your feet don't get burned? Well, I've got little furry shoes. He's got little furry shoes that he wears on his feet to make sure his feet don't get burned. Oh, it's really hot. I need to find a way to get rid of as much heat as I can. Oh, I'm going to get these big ears, and lots of heat is going to go and leave through my ears. And I've got this pale fur, so I can blend in with the sand around it. So straight away, you've got a way to deal with the temperature in the sand. You've got a way to deal with more temperature, and you've got to deal with the fact the sand is actually helping you. So that's just way one animal deals with it. Now, in the desert ecosystem, you've got lots of other types of animals. For example, a finch. Finch is a type of bird, right? They're actually really, really smart and really clever. What they do is, when they sense it's going to be too hot, they put their eggs somewhere that's colder, maybe underneath the ground or close to water if they can find in the desert. And then if it's too cold for the eggs, they move it to where the desert's a little bit hotter. So they're actually very smart and clever with the way that they move their eggs around the desert to use the temperature of the desert to help their eggs grow. And the last part is that they've got really strong feet which allow them to stand on the spines of all those desert plants which prevent them, which are designed to make sure animals don't come near them, don't come around them. So there's two ways, right? So what I want you to do for your homework is, I want you to choose one animal that lives in the desert. I want you to, one, draw it, and two, write about its adaptations for how it can live in the desert. What has it got? The fennec fox has furry feet, also got these big heat radiating ears. If you choose a scorpion or a lizard or a turtle, for example, write one, what that scorpion, lizard, or turtle has that allows it to survive in the desert. Why does it do it? What does it do? Any questions about that? Raise your hands, please. So one, drawing. Two, show me the adaptations. And three, why do they have those adaptations? I want to make sure we don't have any questions now, okay? Please don't send me a chat. If you have questions, please raise your hand. Okay, so no questions? Okay, let me jump to something else then really quickly. So, so in the world, there are 23 deserts, okay? The largest is Antarctica and the smallest in the world is in a place called Carcross in Canada. Look beside this desert, it's actually a lake. There's a lake beside the desert. But it doesn't rain very high amounts there, so it is actually quite a small desert. Yes, Emily, you have a question.
So